questions, please do feel free to ask. So why are we here tonight? Over 13 million women in the UK are either peri or post-menopausal. So we were just saying then, actually, we know about the menopause. And I know, for example, when I was younger, you automatically think of the menopause as something, you know, much older, much later in life. But actually it impacts us normally from about the age of 40, we become perimenopausal. And you think of the classic symptoms such as night sweats, hot flushes, but actually in our younger years, our early 40s, some of these changes are very, very subtle, and we definitely do not relate them to the menopause. So just to give an example of that, heavier periods, painful breasts, mood swings, probably just thinking it's a normal symptom of a period, but actually it's the start of the perimenopause and this sudden change within the body. Up to 80% of women will experience symptoms, and female life expectancy in the UK is 83 years. So this meaning that many women are living in the postmenopausal phase for half to 1/3 of their lifetime. So it really impacts our life as women. So what is the menopause? So menopause is defined as the permanent cessation of our period. So the periods completely stop. And it usually begins about the age of 45. The average age in the UK is 51. 2/3 of women say that there's a general lack of support, a lack of understanding, and the menopause is searched more on Google than Botox and fillers, believe it or not. And I think, Jackie, you probably could add in here, working in clinic all the time, when you are treating patients with their skin, they do not relate the changes in the skin to the menopause. I think that's fair to say.
Definitely.
So what are the stages of menopause? So perimenopause can actually start from the ages of 38. We're starting to see a decline in estrogen within our body. And to be honest, you're probably not starting to see obvious symptoms, but they are there and they are starting to appear very gradually. So as I've already said, early perimenopausal symptoms are painful, swollen breasts, heavier periods, and we're starting to see this very slight decline in estrogen. Menopause can start from the age of 45. We are getting lower levels of estrogen within our body, and we know that eventually our periods will stop. There are over 30 symptoms of the menopause, so I'm going to come into that in a little bit more detail. But postmenopausal as well is when we've not had a period for 12 months. 12 months or more means that you're coming out of the other side, you're postmenopausal. So what is estrogen? We're talking about this decline in estrogen. So I think the best way to describe this is, you can probably relate, if you've got teenage girls, you know, you're starting to see a rise in estrogen and hormones within their body. They're very hormonal, doors are slamming, tears. And this is because they're getting an increase in estrogen within their body, which actually kickstarts a response and starts the periods. So it makes sense that as we go through life, we've had our families, we're then coming into the perimenopause, we're getting a decline in estrogen, which eventually will stop our periods. However, that decline in estrogen not only stops the periods, it also impacts our body as well. And as I've said, it's not just the classic symptoms that you would relate to, so hot flushes, night sweats. It actually can impact every single organ within our body. I had a question. So estrogen is a term used for a group of 3 hormones, so estradiol, estriol, and estrone. And estrogen affects women at key stages in their life. So I don't know if anybody's had children, but if you cast your mind back to your 20s, your early 30s, when you was having children, we've got this positive surge of hormones within our body. Our skin's glowing, our skin feels plump and healthy. And then as we get into our 40s, mid 40s, 50s, we're starting to get this decline and we see this negative impact on our body as well. So do you know the skin is the largest organ to be affected by the menopause? So how many people listening could say to me now that they've seen a sudden change within the skin? They felt like the skin aged overnight. There's quite a drastic change to laxity. So many women, and Jackie probably just bring you in here, they say that they look in the mirror and all of a sudden they felt like the skin had dropped, the face had dropped, not just on the face but also on the body. So many women report around the bottom, suddenly felt like they didn't have a bottom anymore. They weren't filling the jeans as the ones were, and this is the impact of estrogen. So to talk about the skin in a little bit more detail, but just before we do that, what other organs are impacted by the menopause? So we know that it can impact every single organ, but the skin is the biggest one. We also know that it can impact our cells with anxiety, stress, depression, and so many women report these symptoms, but again, do not relate it to the menopause at all in any way. So they will go to the doctors, explain how they're feeling, brain fog, memory loss, you know, all these things that you maybe can relate to. But again, the doctor doesn't pick this up as menopause. So many women leave the doctor's surgery feeling a little bit lost as to, you know, why they're feeling this way. And this is why many of the practitioners, the nurses that we're working with, are setting up these focus groups around menopause and a real education as to why it's impacting us the way that it does. We ran a focus group of results, and 5% of women know that menopause leads to collagen loss, impaired skin function and the appearance, but they're not relating that to the sudden changes within the skin. It is the fastest acceleration of skin aging a woman will see within her lifetime. So not only are we aging, what's also happening on the skin surface. So Jackie, again, I'm bringing you in here. You probably talk about this a lot in clinic. We know that UV contributes in the way that we age as well. So UV contributes up to 8% in the development of skin aging and skin cancer. And other aspects of daylight damage that are present all year round can also impact the way that our skin ages. So how many people are at home at the minute? They're spending all day long on Zoom, sat in front of a laptop, a screen, a phone. Everybody can relate to this. The light that is emitted from our laptops and phones is actually as damaging as UVA, which personally, every time I say that, it's mind-blowing to think that it can be damaging our skin in the same way. And I can see everybody sat there now, and if you just look at yourself, you can see the light coming up off your screen onto your skin. And how many of you are sat wearing sun protection? Okay, Jackie, we know you are. She's like that, me.
I found an interesting fact out as well about the light from the screens, that we know that it keeps our brain cells awake. Yeah, you know, so switch off before, you know, an hour before bedtime, but it actually keeps your skin cells awake for 3 hours longer.
Wow.
So your skin cells are losing sleep by not protecting your skin from the blue light.
And, you know, naturally, who would wear sunscreen to go to bed? Probably nobody. But I think it's about making sure that your protection that you're using throughout the day is giving you enough protection from going out for a simple walk at lunchtime. Even if it's snowy, wet and cold, you know, UVA is still present and it can still damage the skin. So if you are serious about thinking, do you know what, I really want to now switch on, I want to make sure that I'm protecting my skin, the best piece of advice we can give is to start using a daily SPF. On top of that, we've got to consider external factors as well, such as pollution. We're talking more and more now about pollution and the impact the pollution's having on our skin. Our skin is our first line of defense. So if we're not taking care of our skin, it's going to impact our health as well. Smoking, alcohol, you know, all these things play a factor as well. And, you know, we all enjoy a gin and tonic or a wine, but it can really impact skin as well as we age. So it's just about everything in moderation. So how does estrogen affect the skin? So estrogen is essential for healthy, vibrant, glowing, younger looking skin. We speak to so many women every single day, and the biggest thing they say is actually they've come to terms with the fact that the skin is aging. Of course, you know, everybody's going to grow old and it's going to impact our skin. But one of the biggest factors that many women say is the skin feels quite dull. It doesn't look as vibrant as what it once did. It's not got that same glow, shine that it did when they was younger, and the makeup's just not quite going on the same. And estradiol activates and stimulates estrogen receptors within the key skin cells. So not to try and make this too complicated, but we know that collagen is key to keeping our skin looking healthy. It is the key building block. It's what keeps our skin plump and firm. Also elastin, it works in the same way, and hyaluronic acid is essential for, you know, the way that the skin feels to the touch, the plumpness of the skin. So we've got to make sure that we're taking care of these key skin cells, and we're keeping these key skin cells active to be able to keep our skin looking young and healthy. The decline of estradiol stops activating these key receptors within the skin, and it stops the skin functioning properly. So if you imagine, so like I've just said, go back to your early teens, you know, you get into your late teens, obviously, then into your 20s, having children, your skin always looks healthy, and we take it for granted. Skin's plump, full, makeup goes on fantastic. And then all of a sudden, as we get into our 40s, and it's different for everybody, we see this sudden change. So Jackie, I don't know if there's any experiences from clinic that you can share here where people present themselves. What are the kind of classic things that you see?
I mean, most of what we see, like you said earlier about, it's even just looking in the mirror and realizing that all of a sudden it just looks different. Yeah. So everything is it just starts to head south. So they want everything lifting up. Yeah. A lot of people, it can really affect their mental health as well when they see that, especially when it does seem to be quite a fast progression.
Yeah. Do you know, it's funny because I was chatting to a doctor that we work with up in Inverness. She's a fantastic doctor, skin doctor, and she was saying to me earlier that the biggest thing for her, and it impacts her every time, is that women are not confident to look in the mirror. So she'll give them the mirror at the end of the treatment and they don't want to look, and that is because they've just completely lost confidence in how they feel. And I think as a woman, that is one of the hardest things. You know, you've come through life taking for granted our skin, how tight the skin is, you know, this gorgeous jawline, and all of a sudden we're looking in the mirror and seeing a very different face. And like you've rightly said there, Jackie, it can massively impact our mental health as well. So when we say about aging overnight, or you feel like you've aged overnight, actually you are correct. So we know that we are constantly aging. We actually lose 1% collagen per year from the age of 18. The first 5 years of the menopause, we lose a whopping 30% of collagen. So when we say we feel like we've aged overnight, actually we have aged overnight. And then as we come out of the menopause and we go into, you know, postmenopausal times, we continue to lose 2.1% of collagen. So it's having a massive impact on our skin. It's causing havoc. So if you just put that into, you know, just to kind of digest that a little bit more, 1% of collagen from the age of 18. By the time we get to the first 5 years, so from the age of 51, say, we lose a whopping 30% of collagen in those first 5 years. So you can see how that massively impacts our skin. Not only in loss of collagen, like we've already said, the colour, the tone, the health, the luminosity of the skin is also impacted as well. So what are the signs of a menopausal skin? And I know we've got lots of women on here, different ages, different skin types, but the classic signs of menopausal skin is dryness, laxity, wrinkling, dullness. One of the biggest things for me, I think, is the luminosity of the skin, that classic dullness. It feels, you know, almost grey when you look at the skin in the mirror. So don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom, you know, although we've got to be realistic about how it impacts our skin. It's also an amazing time for women as well. And I think this is something that we've really got to empower ourselves for. You know, women are amazing. Our bodies are absolutely incredible, what we can do. And with the right products, and I think with the right in-clinic treatments, we can really reverse the signs of aging. Jackie probably can talk more about treatments that she offers in clinic, but for now the clinics are closed. So what are the options? What can we do to really help to kickstart our skin, to kickstart this response, and really kind of, you know, tackle menopause head on? So we can reverse the process with Emepelle. So Emepelle is a brand new product range in the UK. It's dermatologically tested. It's been developed by a dermatologist called Dr. Joel Cohen. The research behind Emepelle is incredible. So this is not just about us saying these are products that will do this. They are clinically proven to reverse the signs of menopause within the skin. So with dryness, we're looking to rehydrate the skin. With laxity, we're looking to firm the skin. With wrinkling, smoothing of the skin, younger looking skin. And with dullness, we're tackling luminosity. So take control of the menopausal aging process with this groundbreaking MEP technology. So you're probably now thinking, what on earth is MEP technology? And MEP technology is something that was researched for 10 years, and it stands for methyl estradiol propionate. So you're probably all thinking, what on earth is methyl estradiol propionate? But basically, it mimics the way that estrogen works within our body. It's a synthetic form of estrogen that is clinically proven when you apply it to your skin to penetrate into the skin and kickstart these estrogen receptors. So if you imagine, as we've already discussed, the estrogen is declining in our bodies. So we need to look at a way in which we can kickstart that response and mimic the estrogen within our bodies. And that is what the MEP technology does. It's groundbreaking. There are no other products on the market that will treat your skin in this way. So to kickstart an estrogen receptor, it actually takes 8 weeks. So this is why the Emepelle product range, it's a 12-week treatment program, but these are the kind of results you can expect to see. So bear in mind, this is just a study that we did using the MEP technology. We saw an improvement of the skin thickness by 20%. So again, another classic menopausal symptom is the skin can become quite thin. When you're applying your moisturizer, you can feel like the skin goes one way and then back the other. It can become quite crepey. So the products will really help to thicken and strengthen the skin. Fine lines were reduced, skin dryness increased by 54%, skin laxity improved by 19%, and skin dullness by 39%. So that is just using this groundbreaking MEP technology. Add the MEP technology to lots of other ingredients as well. So niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, collagen boosting peptides. We're left with this fantastic formula that is clinically proven to lift and tighten the skin. So some of the results, here we've got a lady at 53. So this is just after 2 weeks use of Emepelle on its own. You can see that this lady's got an incredible change to the skin. No in-clinic treatments, this is just using the products. Age 55, 4 weeks use, and I think one of the things that really stands out here is the luminosity of the skin. I love that result. You can just see such a change around this lady's cheeks. Age 60, so at 8 weeks use here, you can see so many changes in this lady's skin, and it might not be so clear for you if you're on your phones and things, but you can see a huge change around this lady's mouth. The skin's brighter, tighter, looks more refined, pores look tighter, so a fantastic result there. And then this is actually a colleague of ours, so she's been using Emepelle. One of the very first studies that we did was with Rebecca, and this is after just over a year's use, age 52. Her skin is absolutely incredible. So when I see her now, I compliment her all the time. It looks so much tighter, so much firmer. Oh, just adding somebody else in there, Jackie. So let's talk more about the products. And Jackie, I think you've got the products. Have you there with you? If yes. So the first product we're going to talk about now, it's a really straightforward, simple range. There's nothing complicated about this at all. And tonight we're going to introduce you to a fantastic bundle. We've worked really closely with Jackie as to kind of what is the perfect regime. And as I've said, it is a 12-week skin activation plan, and it also includes the use of an at-home Derma Roller, which we're going to come on to more about in a second. But we're going to talk about the serum. So the serum is the product that you would use every single morning. It's very silky, light to touch, not heavy at all. As it glides onto the skin, Jackie, you probably can vouch for this, it almost reinvigorates the skin and feels instantly tightened.
Yeah.
It features the brand new MEP technology. So the MEP technology is in both the day serum and the night cream, but it's constantly working on kickstarting those estrogen receptors within the skin. On top of that, we've got a fantastic blend of cosmeceutical ingredients. So for anybody who's thinking, oh, I've never used products like these are medical grade pharmaceutical products. So they're very, very different to anything that you can buy on the high street. And I think that's a really important point to make. The ingredients are so fine, they can penetrate deep within the skin. So what else is in here bar the MEP? We've got powerful antioxidants. We've got niacinamide, which is a classic ingredient that will really brighten and freshen up the skin. We've got peptides to help with hydration, and we've got hyaluronic acid, which will plump and firm the skin as well. On an evening, you would use the Emepelle night cream, and this is a real luxurious, quite a rich, nourishing, I think the classic word for this is restorative. As you apply it onto the skin and around the neck area, you can feel it glide in and instantly absorb into the skin. Oh, I'll just bob that lady on mute. Really rich, luxury just oozes, I think, from the products. The packaging and everything with Emepelle is absolutely beautiful. But the night cream is the real powerhouse. This is the actual wonder cream, and it's packed with a higher percentage of the MEP technology. And that is because while we sleep, our skin repairs itself. So we've got a higher percentage of the MEP in the night cream. And as you're sleeping, it's penetrating deep within the skin and kickstarting those estrogen receptors. If anybody's thinking, oh, you know, it's penetrating into my skin, you know, how far is it getting into my bloodstream, anything like that, it's non-systemic, it's not absorbed into the bloodstream, it's not a hormone, it actually is a synthetic form of estrogen. So it absorbs into the skin, it then breaks down, and it's doing the job that it needs to do within the dermis. So again, packed with lots of other ingredients in there as well. So we're also introducing into the night cream retinol. So retinol is a real advanced ingredient that is clinically proven to speed up the way in which our skin cells turn over. So if you imagine, as we age, we know that all our key skin cells start to slow down. They become tired, they become sluggish, they're no longer performing as we would like them to. Probably can relate to that in our bodies as well. We can no longer run marathons. We feel a little bit tired, you know, we haven't quite got the same energy, and our skin is exactly the same. So retinol works in speeding up those key skin cells. So it almost puts them onto super drive. They're working much, much quicker. They're turning over quicker, meaning that the skin looks brighter, the skin looks fresher, and it really works on the luminosity as well. We've also got the niacinamide, we've got the peptides, and we've got a shea butter and rapeseed oil, which really helps to hydrate the skin. Now, Jackie's probably going to be able to relate to this because she started using products herself last week. And because they are so powerful, they are designed by dermatologists. They're clinically proven to deliver these results on the skin. Sometimes it can take our skin a little bit of time to acclimatize to using them. And that's quite classic, isn't it, Jackie, of any cosmeceutical product, because the ingredients are so active. They're set to work very, very quickly on the skin, and sometimes they can speed the skin up so much that you might just start to feel some tingling. Jackie, do you want to just talk about your experience last week?
Yeah, so even though I'd already been using Retroderm every night, yeah, I was surprised that the ingredients in this actually felt more powerful than the retinol that I'd been using, the Retroderm.
Yeah.
And I did, after a couple of days, I did start to feel tingling, and my skin went red to start with, but it's got past that stage now. But I was using it every night. I wasn't following the instructions of using it once or twice a week. Yeah. 3 times a week to start with. I didn't break myself in, but that's because I'd already been using the Retroderm. But it's settled now, and it's actually got rid of some little blemishes that I've had for a couple of years. Yeah. And I can see the difference already after just a week.
Yeah. So remembering when we talk about the MEP technology, it actually takes 8 weeks for us to kickstart that response within your skin. So I don't know whether you ladies have treatments in clinic, whether you're using actives on your skin already, but you know, if you've never used products like this, once you start that response and once you start kickstarting those key skin cells, the results come very quickly. So the 8-week process, obviously for the estrogen receptors, but you will still see in the first week, 10 days, a visible change on the skin, and that's due to the retinol. So for you, Jackie, the best is yet to come. So you're seeing these great results just after a week. Just wait until you get to that 8-week mark, which is fab. So how would you introduce the product? So if you are completely new to Emepelle and this is not something you've ever used before, we would put you on a 2-week program where we're actually just prepping your skin. So like Jackie's just said, for the first week, you'd start off just using the products maybe once or twice. By the time you get to the second week, if we can get you using them 3 times, and eventually as we're trying to get to week 3, week 4, we want you to be able to use the products every single day. But everybody's skin's different. Some of you will set to work on this tomorrow, you won't have any problems and you'll be off. There'll be others who might just have to acclimatise for a little bit longer, and that is all completely normal. There's no reaction, it's just how your skin's responding to those key ingredients that are kickstarting that response within your skin. So there is only 2 products, it's extremely straightforward, but during the last, I feel like this has been going on forever now, but lockdown 3, we've tried to decide on a regime that you can use at home, which will combine an in-clinic treatment from the comfort of your own home. So we've already discussed the Emepelle duo, so remembering you've got the day serum and the night cream, and that is going to be your 3-month, 12-week treatment plan. But on top of that, we'd like you to start using a real active at-home device called Derma Roller. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever used a home roller. They're in the press a lot recently. They're loved by celebrities. And the reason being is you can't get into clinic for treatment. So what can you use from home? And this is where the Derma Roller comes in. Now, this isn't just any Derma Roller. This is a German engineered, the very first original Derma Roller. And as you would imagine, obviously going into Jackie's clinic, we only work with the best. We only work with the best needles, precision needles. These are penetrating into the skin, so we've got to make sure they're the best ones. So as part of your bundle, you will also receive the Derma Roller for home use and the Derma Roller luxurious sheet mask. Jackie, do you use the masks in clinic as well?
Yeah, we do. We use it after we've done the needling.
Yeah, they are incredible, and they are also packed with hyaluronic acid, different peptides in there, and it basically is a sheet mask that you apply once you've rolled your skin. It instantly calms and soothes. It really rehydrates. It's a real treat for your skin. So probably what you're thinking now is, right, all sounds really good, but how do I start using my Derma Roller? So Jackie will spend time with all of you, probably on an individual basis, just to make sure that you're clear on the process and how you would start using the products. But for the first 2 weeks, you would just use your cream and your serum day and night. And then when we get to week 3, we introduce the Derma Roller, and we'll be trying to do that twice a week. It is extremely easy to use. You break the skin down into zones and you basically cover the whole of the face with the roller. You're probably thinking now, what is the benefits? Why would I use a Derma Roller? So Derma Rollers have been around for a long, long time. Jackie obviously used the in-clinic equivalent with the EDS device. But basically what the Derma Roller does is it creates thousands of channels within your skin. And those channels basically kickstart a response deep within the skin to produce collagen and elastin. And on top of that, these channels will also help to absorb the Emepelle Mep technology deeper within the skin as well. There's no pain. You're probably thinking, needles, what is she talking about? A Derma Roller, what does that do? It's completely comfortable treatment, but it's kickstarting an additional response within your skin. It's increasing cell turnover, so it's giving the skin that brighter finish, and it's helping to maximize the penetration of the products, which is key. It can also help to reduce pore size. Again, another classic symptom of the menopause. As our skin ages, it becomes quite lax, so we get these real open pores. And it is a real simple treatment that you can do from the comfort of your sofa, laid in the bath, just twice per week. So I'm just going to play you a little video now. I hope you can all see this. Can you see that, Jackie? Yeah. So it's just showing you how the device basically works. So skin, and you're working in 4 directions. And the best way to describe it is like a Union Jack. So as you're working on the skin, you go in across, horizontal, diagonal. Using a medium light pressure, and you're trying to create a pink reddish appearance on the skin. So you can just see where she's been, the skin's nice and pink. And you're covering every area. You can even treat around the eye area. Including the nose. So we're creating thousands and thousands of microcolumns within the skin. And these microcolumns basically start the production of collagen and will help to absorb the product deeper as well. It's really waking up the skin. So you can see over a 12-week period, we've got that amazing Mep technology. We've got these 2 fabulous products, and then we've got this incredible home device, the plastic Derma Roller. So you can see skin's nice and pink. And then this is the mask that we just spoke about. So this is a real luxurious treatment mask. And as you pull the mask out, it's absolutely packed with these key peptides and hyaluronic acid. So it feels really heavy, doesn't it, Jackie, when you pull it out of the packet? So you take off the blue back and you peel off the white protective sheet. And then you're left with the silk layer, just a little bit, but it feels amazing.
Yeah, it can be a bit confusing with the different layers, can't it? Making sure that you've taken the right bits off.
And that is the 12-week skin revival plan. So you're probably thinking, all sounds fantastic. How on earth do I get going with this? So the Emepelle serum and night cream, if you were to buy those together, they actually retail at £300 for those 2 products together. Like we've said, this is real groundbreaking advanced technology that will change the way that your skin looks. But we're running a special offer throughout February where you can buy this bundle for £263.50, is actually saving a whopping £180, which is just incredible. So this is a 3-month treatment plan. These products will last you for 3 months, and Jackie will share the protocol with you. It's a little, you know, so just so you know how to start. If you've not been using Emepelle before, if you've been using Retinol, I would definitely recommend just having a quick one-to-one or a quick phone call with Jackie, just so you're really clear on, you know, how it's going to work for you and when to get started. But it's extremely straightforward. So the bundle is the Emepelle Duo, so the day cream and the the day serum and the night cream. You get 10 masks, 10 Derma Roller masks, and the Derma Roller for home use. And that Derma Roller will actually last you for 9 months. So it's a great investment. It's something that you can use twice a week for up to 9 months, which is fab. So how do you get hold of the kit? So Jackie, I don't know what the plan is. Obviously it's really straightforward to purchase, but I'm just thinking for you, maybe if you want to have a quick chat with the ladies individually, or just make sure they're all really confident on what they need to do. You don't have to, but you can head over to emepelle.co.uk, and at checkout you just need to put in Jackie's code, because it's actually Jackie that's getting you the £100 discount. So Jackie's code is EMEP113, and you bob that in at checkout and it will bring the cost of the bundle down by £100. So when you first go to the website, it can be a little bit confusing because the value of this bundle is £450. So you'll get to the website and you'll see the bundle at £450. There's £80 off on the website, but if once you click through to checkout, if you enter Jackie's code EMEP113, it will bring the bundle down by £100 to £263.50. All quite straightforward.
Yeah, I'll share the link on Facebook and send the link to everybody as well.
Yeah, we've just got a little question. Oh, Elizabeth, I need to leave. Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, lovely, wonderful. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining. Has anybody got any questions? Wait a minute, I'm going to stop sharing and then I can see you all.
We're just thinking with the sun protection, that's going to be a definite requirement as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we've got the retinol in the product.
Do you know what, especially if you've not used retinol or done Derma Roller before. So I do think, Jackie, the ladies are absolutely 100% fine to go off tonight and buy their products and get them, but I think it would just be good for you maybe just have a quick follow-up call with everybody just to make sure they're using an SPF, they're clear on the protocol, and then even just to start a little WhatsApp or on your closed Facebook group just to monitor results and see how everybody's getting on with the products as well, which is really good. Any questions from anybody? Anybody want to unmute themselves and ask about anything that they're currently doing on the skin, or anything where you think, I'm not sure about that? Please ask anything at all. We're both here to help.
Whilst you, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Julie.
Yeah. Whilst, if you go on this program, whilst you're doing it, should you carry on? Presumably, you need to carry on with your normal cleansing and toning, because obviously these products are going to be wasted if you've not cleaned your skin before you put them on.
Yeah, so if you've got, obviously depending on your normal routine, but cleanser, without a doubt, if you use a toner, then that's fine to continue. You don't need to use an eye cream because you can actually take the serum up around your eye area. But the ingredients in Emepelle are so active that actually the changes that you see within your skin, you don't need to use anything else. So if you are using a serum or a vitamin C or anything like that, you can put them on pause and just for the next 3 months, just commit yourself to this 12-week program. And you will never go back to using anything else, which is fantastic. We've now started to build momentum as well with celebrities, Melanie Sykes, so lots of the menopause groups as well really coming on board with Emepelle, because there's no other technology in the UK that treats the skin like these products. So you'll all love the results that you see.
I'm assuming having the retinol in it, we're not going to be needing to use an exfoliator.
No. So because of the retinol and also with the Derma Roller as well, you know, we're ramping up the Derma Roller, so there's no need to use any exfoliators, no need to use a mask because you've got your mask included. So it's a great investment in your skin for the next 3 months, which is good. Any other questions? I can't see everybody else. I can only see Julie. Everybody else is hiding from us. But if you do have anything or anything that you'd like to know, please don't hesitate to get in contact with Jackie. You know, she's on hand to help. Just to remind you, if you do want to take the bundle, head over to emepelle.co.uk and just enter Jackie's code at checkout, because that will get you that additional £100 off.
Yeah, and that price actually works out to probably the price of a Starbucks coffee every day.
Yeah.
£3 a day. So, you know, it's simplifying somebody's routine as well, which I'm all for simplifying anybody's routine. So for me, I've got my cleanser, I've got my serum, and I've got my Helio Care in the daytime, and that's my 3 products. And then I've got a cleanser and my night cream at night.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I don't use anything else on my skin, and to be quite honest, I don't know anybody who's invested in Emepelle and has not repurchased. You know, that's what they use now because of the changes that they see. It completely changes the way you look. You know, don't get me wrong, you're not going to start using Emepelle and all of a sudden think, oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's just how your skin feels, that reduction in those finer lines, and it really helps with confidence massively, which is key.
But also it's working on the collagen and the treatments that we do when we are open, so like Endymed, and we're going to then be boosting the those energy cells in the skin and with the Dermalux as well. They all work really, really well together, don't they?
Everything combined, what you've just said there, Jackie, that whole bundle together is perfect. So we don't know, unfortunately, when clinics can reopen. You know, we're all praying for March, but the likelihood is it could be April. But if you start using these at home now for the next 12 weeks, when the clinic does reopen and you go in for treatments, firstly, you'll get better results from your in-clinic treatments. The skin will respond better because you've activated those key skin cells at home as well. It really does make a big difference.
I'm not sure if this is a silly question, but at the moment I'm trying. Well, I've done 3 months on HRT. I'm in the post-menopausal category, but I've noticed the last couple of years my skin has totally changed. I mean, we've had a lot of difficult, stressful years, and my skin is just, it's just not performing very well at all. The fact that I'm trying this experiment, you know, I've got another 3 months of HRT to try, but there's no way that if I were to purchase this, that anything, and it doesn't enter the bloodstream, it's not going to be the wrong time for me to do it. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, not at all. If anything, you could relate using the Mep technology in Emepelle to like a vitamin for the skin. So obviously you're using HRT, so you've got that input of estrogen within your body, within your bloodstream. But actually, the Emepelle will work as a vitamin supplement for the skin. And obviously, you can't take HRT, you know, longer term forever. So your Emepelle will be there to prep your skin and prepare your skin for when you do stop. You won't get that sudden decline and that sudden drop within the skin as well.
Okay, thank you.
So there's no reason at all why you can't use Mep, Emepelle at the same time.
That's great, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's non-hormonal, isn't it? So it tricks your skin into thinking your body is still producing estrogen rather than actually making your body produce estrogen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
It just mimics, it's just mimicking the way that the estrogen works, but it is non-hormonal, it's non-systemic, it's not going anywhere past the dermal layer of the skin.
Okay, no, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. So that brings us to the end. I really hope you found it informative. I think one of the things that I always take from these events, and we chat to so many women, is everybody is impacted by the menopause in a different way, but we don't have to stop, you know, feeling good about ourselves. And these products, I think, is one thing that really helps to give us that boost, that luminosity back, and number one, confidence within our skin. Really makes a difference. Anything to add, Jackie? Oh, I lost you. You're back.
No, I just think, sorry. I just think that, you know, I've personally been looking for something that's really going to make a difference for my skin, and to be able to use these now, I mean, I'm using my newer at home at the moment as well, so I can tackle it that way as a bonus, but to be able to have this now while we're closed, because that's what I've been wanting to get clients involved with, is to take this time now to really make a difference and to really get their skin ready. So this has come along at a perfect time for me and for a lot of my clients, because a lot of our clients are in my age group.
Yeah, your skin looks amazing, Jackie.
Thank you.
It does, Jackie. Every time I see you, I think that.
Yeah, it's glowing. She's glowing, isn't she?
What a good therapist.
Yeah, you look good. So if there's any more questions, please feel free to either just drop them in the chat. If not, you know what, if you want to go ahead with the products, we've spoke through how to do that. If you're unsure, Jackie's available. You know, if you want to have a quick call, I'm sure, Jackie, that's fine, isn't it? I appreciate you might have more questions and things. We just really wanted tonight to be more informative, to talk about this 12-week treatment plan. Jackie started it last week, so I'm sure she'll be sharing things in the group as well.
Yeah, definitely be carrying on sharing my little journey with everybody.
Yeah, it's fab. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Really lovely to virtually meet you all. Yeah, take care.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.